I've been trying to get to China for the past 3 weeks. It has been a nightmare. I've been all over the place. It's not been glamorous at all. Yo.
Tell me your story. Tell me what made you change your mind.
Hey guys, it's Nkese P and I'm back. I know for those who follow me on social media, I have literally disappeared off of the face of the planet like for a good minute now, almost 3 months ago, without a single word, but I'm gonna explain everything in this video, so stay tuned. All right, so before we get officially started, this video is divided into two parts. The first part is, explaining why I was absent, all my failed attempts before actually getting through to get to China. And the second half is when I actually started recording the process of me physically going to China, getting on the plane, arriving in the airport, etc. So if you don't really care about the dramas that occur before and you just want to see the second part, fast forward to the timestamp below in the description. All right, let's get started. All right, so my first attempt to get to China began July 6th. I was in Trinidad and I had a connection flight in Canada that will then take me to Shanghai. So July 6th, I get to the airport with my family. They're ready to tell me bye. I'm at the check-in counter. And basically, they did not let me fly because they told me that since the Canadian borders were closed, people are only allowed to transit for 24 hours. And my transit layover time was 30 hours. There's so much drama that goes into each story, but I'm just gonna cut it short and say I didn't get to fly. With all my attempts, like the following days, it didn't work. There were a lot of misunderstandings on the website, but whatever. Couldn't fly, first failed attempt. Luckily, I was able to change that ticket to another day. So I had to basically reroute my whole journey because Trinidad's borders were also still closed at the time and there were very limited flights going to Canada, so it didn't work out. So I think it was maybe July 15 that my country's borders opened and I had to fly to New York to try to catch back that Canada flight to then go to Shanghai. Madness. So I spent a couple of days in New York. I have family there. I had to do all the COVID tests again, the PCR and the antibody test, which is the blood test, and try to get to Canada. There was a lot of mumbo jumbo drama in New York because the lady at the counter thought that my permit was not valid for me to go to China. It was a big hullabaloo and my cousins got the supervisor. I was the last one on the plane. The supervisor got me on the plane at the end of the day and I was able to get to Canada. This is July 21st, right? So that was a week. A week had already passed of me just trying to get to China. From Trinidad, couldn't. From New York, couldn't. Finally, I get to Canada. In Canada now, to get to China, you must do the COVID test again in your transit country. So I had to leave the airport, go do the COVID test, and then I got bad news at the hospital because they basically told me that I would not get the results for the test until the next day, which I was really upset about because the reason why I booked that hospital was because they said that you would get the results within 12 hours or something, which was enough time for me. But they basically said no, and long story short, because I couldn't get my results in time, you guessed it, flight number 2 was gone. So I was really upset about that, but there was nothing I could do. And at that point, I was like, I've got no money. I'm basically stuck in Canada. By the way, there were so many little scary times. After I did the test in Canada, my phone had died and I had no money. So imagine being stuck in a foreign country with no money and no form of communication. It was so scary. I was walking down the street of Toronto, hoping that I find a coffee shop so I could charge my phone. A guy in the coffee shop saw my face. I guess my face looked distressed. And the reason I was able to get back to my hotel was because he was just let me get you an Uber. And that very kind stranger is what helped me. All the trauma that was going on. Anyways, my company that I work for now here in China, they were very persistent in me coming. They really wanted me to start the job and you know, I'm really grateful for all their help. So they booked me another ticket from Canada to Shanghai. So the time comes, I'm in the airport, and you need to send all your documents to the Chinese embassy of whatever country you're in. And then they will issue you a green code, and only with that green code can you board the plane to go to China. You need the green code or else you can't go. I'm waiting in the airport. I'm like, send me the code, please. Red code. Red code meaning that you're rejected. And I was like, what? Why? Like, what the hell? And they were like basically saying, what? Apparently, if you're in Canada, you cannot fly to China at this time. And I'm like, what are you trying to tell me? So basically, that flight ended up going to, is that flight number 3? Flight number 3, gone. Tried again to apply. And then they told me that anyways, you can't fly from Canada because if you came from the US, you must fly direct to China or else. So you need to get back to the US. So guys, that's what I had to do. Imagine, this is like the end of week 2 trying to get to China. So you guys probably are so exhausted by now. Ooh. Anyway, so I had to fly back to Dallas, Texas in the USA. On the way to Dallas, Texas, I had a layover in North Carolina. So leaving Canada now to go to the US, I'm in the line to try to get onto the plane. And when immigration sees my journey, they're like, hold up, ma'am, you are suspicious as fuck. We're taking you in for questioning. Understandable. So I was like interrogated, not like hardcore, but like I explained it, because they're like, what? You came from Trinidad, you say you're going to China, then you went to New York, fly to Canada, saying you're going to China, but you're coming back to the United States. What are you doing? Anyways, at the end of the day, of course, I was able to prove myself. They believed me. And then I'm running to my gate to only see that the plane was backing out into the runway. And yeah, missed that plane. Is that plane number 4? Plane number 4. So I was like, guys, please, please, please try to get me on the plane. They couldn't. They said it's too late. They said I had to wait on standby for the entire day for the other 2 flights. Waited until 6 p.m. Grant you, my flight was 6 a.m. So I waited for the entire day and I couldn't get on any flights. So they told me that I had to go home and try again the other day. Anyways, the next day came. I didn't get the flight in the morning and I ended up catching the very last flight in the night time. Finally got to Dallas. Drama there again. How can I summarize it? Basically, I had a hotel that I had booked. I told them that, I was coming. Please save the room for me. I got there. They acted like they never knew me before, even though I had email proof and phone call proof. The manager yelled at me, told me that, that never happened, blah, 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 blah. I had to get another hotel, like 1 a.m. stranded, no cash. Because the way how my company was helping me were through credit cards that they were paying for things online, but I had no cash. Stranded again in Dallas, managed to find another hotel at like 1 a.m. because they said they had a room available. Get there, they're like, oh, but you can't check in now. Arguing with the people. He flings a room card at me and says, fuck you. The other day, there's a cockroach in my room, a giant one, but they were like, we're not gonna help you. We don't have bug spray. Just go to another room yourself. Guys, that was like the 3rd week of like nightmare. And to make it worse, the 5th plane in Dallas, I had applied for it, had all my paperwork, and to get the green code issued to me was unsuccessful because they gave me a red code saying I couldn't fly for God knows what. So that was maybe flight number 5, 6, I've lost count. And by this time, I had officially given up. Like, I told my company, I'm like, I don't know what to do again. I've literally jumped 3 countries and 5 different cities trying to get to China, and it's not working. So like, I didn't even know why I was rejected the green code, because they told me like other reasons. They didn't even explain why. So basically my company were like, Casey, we need you here, please try again. And I'm like, guys, it's like 2 more days or 3 more days till my visa expires. Like, what? They're like, please, let's just try again. So we tried again, and this is the part of where I started recording. So let's see what's happened, the miracle that happened. And maybe after hearing this long, exhausting story, you're gonna be able to understand my emotions at this point. I've been trying to get to China for the past 3 weeks. Since July 6th, it is now July 27th. It has been a nightmare. I've been all over the place. I left from Trinidad to New York to Toronto to Dallas. And I'm not going all these places by choice. It's not been glamorous at all. Hungry, lack of money. Luckily, I've got people in my company who wants to hire me in China. They're helping me out. But it has been a nightmare, from not getting on planes because of little stupid rules that are like not even clear, and because of that you can't board the plane. I've missed so many planes at this point, and this is really the last attempt to see if I can get to China, because my visa expires in like 4 days, and if I don't get on this plane in 2 days from now, that's it for me. I'm going to go back to Trinidad. At this point, like, I've been through so much that I've actually come to peace with whatever happens. Before, I was just distraught, crying every time I missed a plane. Now I'm like, you know what? If I'm going back to Trinidad, I'm going back to Trinidad. God doesn't want me in China for some reason. So even though I have nothing in Trinidad, I don't have a job, things are really tough. And this is why I need to get my ass back to China to work so I can survive. But let's see if the 3rd week is a charm. I don't know, but I've been around the world and I can't get to China. I don't know when, I don't know why. Why this is happening to me? I don't know, it can't be. I just want to get to China. Let's see, guys. Excuse my state. I'm still just woke up, just ate breakfast. But now I need to go get my PCR and antibody test done again for the 4th time in like a week. And I hate it. I really hate these tests. The PCR and antibody test, for all those who don't know, the PCR one is when they stick that swab up your nose and it like touches your brain. It's really uncomfortable. But I hate the blood test more, the antibody test. Like my arm, probably can't see it in this light. My arm is bruised at this point for the amount of times I took blood. I'm over it, but hopefully this is the last time that I have to do this test, because the test has to be at least 48 hours before flying, so I can't use the test that I did yesterday. But anyways, we're gonna get ready to go there now. It's not too far away from where I am here in hotel near the airport in Dallas, so let's go. So I'm here for a second time around. We're doing it inside this mobile truck because, I don't know, I guess COVID rules, and they're just doing it here for now. And it's like strictly for patients going to China. I don't know if it's gonna be this way for long, but if you're traveling through Dallas, they're quite reliable and quite fast. And yeah, let's get our test done. Test done, and I'm ready to go. Really like this room. I'm at the Best Western Plus Hotel in Dallas. That's the airport right there. Hopefully I can catch a plane landing, because I can see it. Oh yes, look, a plane! A plane is landing. So it's really cool. I can see everything right from my window. So I waited until around midnight, got my results, applied for the green code again, went to sleep, woke up the next day. By 2 p.m., 14 hours had passed. I still hadn't gotten an update. So by then I was convinced that, I wasn't getting to go to China. I messaged my family, tell them, hey, you know what, this is it. I'm coming home. I'm looking for flights back. And then maybe it was around 6 p.m. I decided to refresh my application page one more time. And then I saw it. Y'all, I'm so relieved. I finally got the green code, which means that I can board the plane to China. This has just been such a trialing 3 weeks.
it was agony, and I'm just so relieved that I can finally get on that plane to China. Y'all have no idea. To me, going back to China is not just because, I like living in China. It just means so much because right now the situation back in Trinidad is really bad. But I just want to be able to, take care of myself, take care of my family. And this is what this trip means to me. I can finally work again. So right now I am just so scared. I recorded like a video of the screen because it's like a live code, and it has like a little spinning thing, so you can't get away with just taking a screenshot. You have to show the live on the app. So like I took a video, and now like I'm just so paranoid because I don't want it to disappear or change. I know I shouldn't have that kind of energy, but I still have a couple hours till I fly, so I can like go to sleep and stuff. But now I'm just like so anxious. Anyways, I have to just give thanks to God. Like I really gave up. I really gave up. I was just like, okay, whatever. If I'm going to Trinidad, I'm going to Trinidad. I don't understand what for. There's nothing there for me. But if that's the universe, if that's God's will, I will go. But maybe this was just a test. Maybe it's because I'm gonna live a great life in China and I have to go through all these tests. I don't know. In time I'll see, but as for now, I'm just really damn happy.
Good morning. Alright, so it's 3:45 a.m. It's time to get ready to go. My flight is in about 4.5 hours. The airport is just 10 minutes away. It's right there. So we're gonna get ready. Let's go. Okay, I'm checked in. I'm at the gate, and I'm ready to get on that plane. It's been way too long, and yeah, time to get out of here and return to China. Okay, so when we landed in Shanghai, we were escorted off the plane into groups according to how we were seated. So the people to the front of the plane, of course, they got to go first and hence experienced a faster time as opposed to the people who were at the back of the plane. So then an official came, she opened the gates for us. First, we had to sign like some health declaration forms. And then we went to an area to scan this barcode that was generated in Dallas or whatever country you departed from, which served like an arrival card with all of your information saved on it. So when that code was scanned, we then went to an area where everyone were dressed in hazmat suits, and they gave us our tubes that the nasal and throat swabs would go in. So those tubes had like our labels with our name, passport information, everything on it. Then we had to go to the area to get tested. Of course, I could not record that part.
There were many stations. Everybody sat, got their tests, and then we were able to go to immigration and clear all our stuff. I was so relieved when I saw that stamp of entry, and this is where the video continues. All right, so I went through immigration, and now I'm in a line. I don't know if this is the line to go to the hotel or if we have to collect results or what, but did the test results, got my bags, and now it's to just wait and see what's next. I just want to get to the hotel already. I'm so tired. Look at me. I saw a sign saying that your passport will be returned after arriving at your hotel, so just note that they're possibly gonna take it. Going to the shuttle, I assume. I'm really impressed with how organized and efficient everything is. So we came down the line, there were people there to help you. The shuttle is outside. They made sure they put a bathroom right there so that if you need to use the bathroom before you go, you can use it. So yeah, let's see where the shuttle is gonna take us. When you check in, you're gonna get a leaflet with the check-in instructions in Chinese and in English, so it makes things really easy. It tells you, of course, the basic rules. If you experience symptoms, please call 06555 on your in your room phone. Wash hands, open windows, disinfect the toilets, no smoking. You can order stuff from outside, but it has to be like closed package things, so not like cooked food, but snacks are okay. And it will be stopped every day from 10, just like the regular stuff. How much you would pay per night, and the days you would have your test done, and when you can check out. So, and after what has been literally 24 hours, I am in my room where I'm going to be for the next 14 days. I already started taking off my clothes because it is hot in Shanghai. It is so hot, and all I'm gonna do now is call my family, let them know I'm safe, have a shower, and sleep. So I will check in with you guys tomorrow. I'll probably give you guys a proper tour of the room. But that's it for now. Peace out. And one more thing, I'm in China. Woo! Finally.
By the way, if you'd like to see more China videos, for example, I've got coming how I spend my 2 weeks stuck in quarantine and my travel from Shanghai to Beijing, which is another thing in itself, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. Or if you're a supporter of my journey and my music, feel free to subscribe. Also, follow me on Instagram, why not, at Nkese P official. I'm very active there. I engage with all of you, answer all your questions. It's the place to be. So, that's it for now. See you next time. Bye.